AITA for taking my biological nieces on days out and excluding my adopted nephew. I, 42F, have two nieces Flo, 14F, Ivy, 11F, and a nephew Ryan, 10M, through my bro Tom, 46M, and SIL Kate, 45F. Flo and Ivy are biologically theirs, and they adopted Ryan 2 years ago after fostering him for 3 years. I live locally to them. We're super close usually and have my own daughter Ava, 12F, who my nieces are close to. Before foster care, Ryan's life was awful and he has some behavioral and developmental issues. He struggles to sit through long things such as shows quietly, whether it be in the theater or the girls' plays/recitals, so the girls rarely have both parents supporting them. His behavior is sometimes pretty unpredictable and he sometimes has pretty loud and physical meltdowns, so they have to be careful where they take him. As such, whenever me/hubby take Ava to the theater or other activities which Ryan wouldn't like, we bring the girls along too. Sometimes Tom and Kate pay for them, sometimes we do. We have never bought Ryan out without his parents and sisters because he has really different interests to the girls. I don't feel confident handling his behavior, and Flo and Ivy have expressed that they really value their Ryan free time. I've made extra effort to be there since then. Ryan's a great kid, but he needs a lot of attention, and my nieces need people who are 100% in their corner. Anyways, I am taking the girls to a Christmas-themed park in London on Friday. It's quite an expensive one, UK readers if you know you know, and I have the joy of footing the bill for all three. On Sunday, I got a call from Kate asking if Ryan could come with us on Friday. He had seen adverts and heard the girls talking about it and wants to go. She offered to pay for whatever he did. I told Kate no, as I didn't know what he was like in crowds. She said he went 2 years ago and loved it, and his sisters were there to help him if he was struggling. I said that wasn't fair on them. I booked it as a girls' trip, and it is supposed to be a treat, and I don't want to getting cut short, and I don't feel comfortable parentifying the girls. I know Tom's taking Ryan to London next week, so told Kate to book tickets on that day, but by that point she wasn't listening. She criticized me for insinuating siblings caring for each other was parentifying me, and accused me of being ableist, as Ryan can't help his conditions and shouldn't be excluded, as well as being biased against the kid I'm not related to. It got very fiery, and ended with me saying read the room, it's a girls' day, and her hanging up. Anyways, she went to the girls and said either they asked me for Ryan to come, or they can't go. Flo texted me begging to not let him come, and asking if they can still join us, while Ivy is more torn up as she doesn't want her brother to be left out but also doesn't want to risk her day being ruined. My mother, Tom, and sister have contacted me saying I should bring Ryan as to not show favorites and to be inclusive. Husband is on my side. AITA? Edit to answer a few FAQs. Tom, Kate, and my husband are all working the day of the trip. I took PTO and Kate, and Tom had childcare arranged. I do spend quality time with Ryan. We live a 15-minute walk away, so go to their house often. Me, Ryan, and Tom, if he's around, build a lot of Lego as it's a shared hobby, and I get him a new set every birthday and Christmas, and it's a running joke as he spends a lot of time guessing which one. I like this quality time as it's accessible and his parents are around. I just booked days out around my daughter's interests, which happen to be the exact opposite of his. She's a really artsy girly girl who likes the theater, shopping, museums, movie nights, and slumber parties while he's into Lego, video games, and anything martial arts. Update. Because of the character limit, I couldn't elaborate on a few things. I do spend quality time with Ryan, just don't take him on days out. We both love Lego, which Ava doesn't, so it's great to have someone to bond with over that, and as we live a 15-minute walk away, we see each other quite often. It's usually at their house as it's easier shepherding one kid rather than three. Sometimes he'll pick to hang with the girls, where they will play an activity they all enjoy like Mario Kart, but most of the time he'll pick to hang with me. He is one of those kids who thrives hanging with adults than other children, which is why his parents endorsed the girls' days as it meant they get 2:1 time with him. He gets on with his sisters as they are both super calm and kind girls, but most of his meltdowns arise from confrontation with other kids or his sisters wanting to do something that he doesn't like. Some examples include Flo playing music in her room or them picking a movie he doesn't want. Obviously, when they do a vote, the girls' pick usually wins as there's 2 of them, and he gets stressed out a lot by other kids at school. Kate and Tom encourage the girls to be empathetic and let him have his way, but I think this means the girls sometimes lose out. He's got some friends at school who he has frequent playdates with, especially when the girls are at the house, and he's friends with Mia's two sons who are 10 and 8, and sometimes gets invites to go to laser tag with them, but they live slightly further away, and as it's on weekends, Tom or Kate are always there as they have to take him. Back to the story. Ben walked Ava to school today, and Flo and Ivy go to the same school. In the UK, the first year of secondary school is when the kid is November 12th, so Ryan is at primary school still, joining the girls next September. Flo was waiting by the gates. The girls walked themselves and asked to talk with him after Ava went in. She basically said that she loves her brother but really values having days out with me, Tom and Ava, because it's calmer, and when they went Winter Wonderland 2 years ago, he was chill for about 4 hours, but they ended up leaving earlier than planned as he was starting to get cranky with all the cues, and they didn't want to risk meltdowns there. As they started with the rides that he wanted, they had only done 1 or 2 that the girls wanted, and didn't do the ice skating, which is what she really wanted to do. She also mentioned when the family went to a restaurant recently, Ryan threw a fit as the food was taking too long, and he was hungry. Tom took him home, and while the girls were trying to chat to Kate, she was too busy on her phone trying to message Tom to see if Ryan was okay. I also have noticed that the girls are at my house a lot lately. As they are responsible for walking themselves home, they will just go to mine to do homework as it's empty otherwise until I get home at 5:30. Ivy and Ava are in the same class, so do homework together. Flo will often chat a lot to me and Ben, often about gossip, what happened at school. I thought nothing of it, but now I wonder if she even has those chats with her parents. Where Flo and Ava are both pretty headstrong and confident, Ivy is sensitive, and I think her mum saying she's excluding her brother really gets to her. Ben relayed this to me, and I contacted Tom telling him we need to meet. He works long hours but agreed to swing by mine after work to hash the issues out. While Kate is lovely, she thinks with her heart, while I think Tom is more level-headed. At the minute he's on the Bring Ryan team, but I think when I lay out why that is not possible, the lack of other adults / the girls' feelings / the length of time we are planning on staying, I am hoping he sees the light. This morning I also got texts from my mum and Mia, both on Kate's side. My mum has had a past of kind of favoring her son over her daughters, and she was saying that Tom was valiant adopting Ryan, and it was my duty as the local family member to make sure that he was accepted as much as possible. To those who said, send her along, I wish LOL, but also found out she and my dad booked a last-minute flight to get some winter sun for a few days. Mia was more leveled but still on their side, saying I needed to keep the peace as we don't want to scrap just before Christmas, but when I mentioned she organized things without the girls, she got quiet. I also found out she is also the designated Ryan babysitter for that day, so thinks she might be trying to pawn him off on me, so she doesn't have to come over. She lives a 45-minute drive away, and her kids are driving down to hang with Ryan in his house, and in the local area, as Kate works in our town so is close by if there is an emergency. I was thinking about asking my sister if her and the boys wanted to come, but as her boys are younger, I would be scared of the girls being overshadowed, and I'm not sure we can manage 6 kids between the 2 of us at Winter Wonderland. Her youngest is also not the height requirement for a lot of the rides the girls want to do, as he's pretty short for his age. It also takes away from the girls' day. They've really talked a lot about it, and I don't want them feeling awkward about doing something because Ryan doesn't want to. Maybe we can come again next year when we have all 6 parents available, so more flexibility, but for now, I think it's safest going with the girls only. I am slightly concerned that with the way Kate is behaving, she might tell Mia not to come and drop all 3 at mine on Friday, but Ben, WFH, says he will babysit if need be. Ryan really likes him, and I think he would prefer playing on Ben's PS5 to the theme park anyways. I don't want it to come to that, as it's cruel to tell the kid he can't come when he's at my door, but wouldn't know what else to do. I am pretty nervous about how my brother will react, especially to Flo talking to Ben, as I really don't want to fight or her to get in trouble. I'll mention what she said, but not anything where I can see it starting a fight. Ben told her to speak to her parents too, so that may be happening, but I think it would just be her, as Ivy is very timid and doesn't want to make her parents sad. I don't want to be cut off from my nieces, as I love them a lot and know they love their cousin, so really want to resolve this. Any advice would be appreciated.